What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today is a Friday, so I hope you guys are enjoying your last day before the weekend. But today's video, we went out and made every single team's goalie a 36 overall. We're going to see how the season plays out. We're going to start just looking at the team overalls. You look at these bad boys, 77, 78. It looks like the Coyotes might have the best overall out of everybody minus the goalies. A 78 out of the Coyotes. Nashville Predators have a 78. Hey, the Blue Jackets got a 78. Now we're talking. So the there's the Tampa Bay Lightning, still 79, still the best team in the league, minus the goalie, and the Bruins. So it looks like the Bruins and the Lightning are the favorites in this. But we made every single goalie we'll use the Lightning just for a good time. Try to jinx them best I can so they lose tonight, actually. Who am I kidding? We'll pray for a Stanley Cup victory in NHL 19 so they can lose in the actual thing. But as far as everything else goes, I don't think we can change much. The trade difficulty, roster control standard, full control standard, determines if you have full control or all the rest, or let the CPU control from controlled teams. I ain't worried about that. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I could make sure the computers don't get rid of their 36 overall goalies, which is obviously possible. We did turn off trades. We will turn off injuries. That could be a pain as well. Offsides delayed. There's nothing else here it looks like we're concerned about. So let's go ahead and start this. And just so you guys can't see, I will show you we do have all the 36 overalls. No funny business going around over here. Everybody has one anywhere we scroll. The Red Wings, I don't know, the Minnesota Wild, they all have 36 overall. So we are packed and ready to go. It's time to get this puppy rolling now. We're just going to sim up the entire season when the entire season is complete. We will catch you guys back here. We'll see how the teams did. I'm expecting a lot of goals. We'll see. Well, here we are. It looks like the Lightning had a great seain. They was just having a heyday with those goalies out there. I imagine. I mean, you just look at the scores. They're 8-2, 8-7, 10-9, 9-goal victories. I'm glad to see one thing, though. It looks like EA stayed true. The one thing I was concerned about was EA going out there and having teams call up their AHL goalies. And I tested it out before we did this video for a week or two, and they didn't do it. I was like, all right, sweet. They're going to start their goalies even though they're 36 overalls and have better ones in the AHL. So that was great. And it looks like that's what ended up happening. The next question is, before we back out here, how many goals and how many points we think get out of Kucherov, boys? Kucherov, McDavid, who wins the Vezina? That's what I'm interested in. To be completely honest, I want to see the Vezina goaltending numbers at the end of the year. That's not the screen I'm looking for. I fall for it every time I see the points there. I'm like, yep, that's what I'm looking for. We'll take a look at the standings first just for a good time. I mean, you know what, 116 points out of Lightning, 107 out of the Leafs. So it pretty much looks like the actual NHL. Minus their goalies, minus the Buffalo Sabres. They did really well without having any good goalies back there. I guess EA doesn't love Buffalo's goalie too much. Who missed it that was supposed to make it? Nobody missed it. It was two Metro teams. That's right. Let's take the Metro. The Hurricanes, they love not having no goalie. Look at the 142 points. You can't make this up. I was reading somebody hating on Twitter. Of course, hating on Twitter. Why would we be nice on Twitter about how Carolina's in the playoffs and they don't even have a goalie? Well, clearly that statement might have been a little true in EA's eyes, because once you even the playing fields in net, the Carolina Hurricanes are a force to be reckoned with. The Capitals and Penguins also made it. The Devils, Rangers, Islanders, and Flyers were not quite good enough. The Devils without a goaltender back there, 64 points. You take a look at the Central. The Jets had 109, 88 out of the Predators, 85 out of the Blues, 84 and 83 out of the Stars and Avalanche. Both made the playoffs in real life. Both came up just a point or two short in the NHL 19 sim. The Arizona Coyotes, another team, very happy to see a goalie. I always thought Ronto was a very solid goalie. San Jose, 95 points, 90 out of Edmonton, 86 out of the Vegas Golden Knights, 85 out of Anaheim. I just imagine Edmonton and McDavid just had a good old time back there. They averaged 7 goals per game. Not very bad. Just about every team averaged about 7. Now is about the quota. Vancouver, Calgary missed the playoffs. Man, oh my God. I can't believe it. Who would have thought it? Mike Smith on Arizona was just bleh. And he goes to Calgary, man. I'm still in disbelief after watching that game last night. Like, oh, wow. I didn't watch it, but I watched the highlights. And just the thoughts of how many huge saves Mike Smith made last night. He was the reason. Grant, they what they went 4-2, 3-1. I don't. They scored 3 or 4 goals, whatever. He pitched a shutout. Who can he give up any goals? They gave up 3 goals, but man, if it wasn't for Mike Smith making save after save after save, that was a completely different game. Colorado probably wins, to be completely honest. I mean, you look what Grubauer did. You look what Steven Stamkos did. I didn't know it was possible. I never thought it was possible, but we just broke the all-time points record for a single season in NHL 19, courtesy of Steven Stamkos. It wasn't even Kucherov. You know what, though? Stamkos is a very good player as well. We see 207 out of Kucherov. This is nuts. 182 out of Palat. Hedman had 165. This is all Tampa Bay players beating up on the league. This has to be just our team. It is just our team. But look at this. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10... 11, 12, we had 13 players, 12 players technically, that were a point per game. We had, what, 9 guys that were over 100 points. Let's take a look at the league leaders. I thought that's what we was looking at here. Is that at the top of the screen, entire league? Yes, it is. All right, who led the league with the most points? Patrick Kane with 248 points, 103 goals. I would say that's a solid season. What's pretty impressive is that plus 38. A plus 64 out of Kuznetsov, though. Of course, we have to keep in mind, nobody had good goaltending here. So, yeah, you're going to have a kind of plus minus. Unless you're Nikita Kucherov, plus 74, baller and a half. Let's see who had the most goals in the league. Was it Ovechkin with 121? I think he might have taken care of business. He did. Ovi had 121, Perry 94, Sagan 94. McDavid had 223 points. He broke his record, but, you know, after this season, he's still like 4th. So, not bad for McDavid, though. Regardless, Taylor Hall, 206, 190 out of Adi Tarasenko. I wonder if shots were up at all. Not really. 350 out of Ovi, 322 out of Tavares. So the shots were still about average. It's the shooting percentage that the goalies just couldn't stop. A 39.2% shooting percentage, 37, 36, 35, 34. We can only guess what the goaltender statistics look like. But first things first is we have to finish up this season. Once the season's complete, then we're going to go take a look at the awards. Like I said, I'd like to see who wins the Vezina, then check out the goalie stats, see what kind of numbers he put up. Did we just get bounced by the Bruins in the first round? Unbelievable. Oh, no, we didn't get bounced in the first round. No, the Bruins are 3-4. Okay, that was concerning. All right, that's good. That's right. Tampa's just going to push through everybody in the playoffs, boys. They're going to sweep every team they play. Not a chance at all that they just got beat by the Carolina Hurricanes in 5 games. Huh. Who would have known? Then the cup winners, the Carolina Hurricanes. That's right. I forgot the Hurricanes had 140 points. They just ran through every team this year. Let's go take a look at those awards, though. Looking at those trophies. Patty Kane with the Art Ross. The Memorial went to Ovi. The Norris went to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. The Lady Bing went to Patty Kane. The Calder Memorial went to Pedersen. The Smythe went to Aho. Brossoit with the Vezina. I don't know who that is. Brossoit must be a backup goalie. That's who got the Vezina, though. Brossoit. We got to go look that up. The Jennings went to Toivonen, I think I'm saying that right. Weber, Pavelski with the Selke, Ovechkin with the Lindsay. There's a difference seeing Selke going to Pavelski there. Maurice Richard went to Ovechkin, as we expected. All right, let's take a look. I'm guessing a 6.5 goals against average is best in the league. Let's take a look, though. We'll take one little small peek here. I'll look at Vasilevsky first. He had a 924 save percentage? Really? I don't believe it. What did his overall end up at? 36. We call that EA logic. He had a 2.313 goals against average, a 924 save, and he was a 36 overall. Okay. Sure. Makes sense. I completely makes sense. Let's take a look at Winnipeg. Probably the same story. What? What am I missing? 36 overall, other goalie, AHL potential, 66% in the playoffs, 815 in the playoffs. This had the glitch. I think that proves that this is a glitch in EA system. There is no way these guys had 0-something goals against averages. And they had 8.11 goals against averages in the playoffs. Yep, completely. I guess that tells you how this game works. I've always questioned if the goalie statistics were ever legitimate or just completely computer generated, because it's not possible. There was 200-some points in the league. You're looking at this, 64, 64, 55. It's not like these guys didn't play. And they dropped elite save percentages. Did they just pull themselves? And we look at some of the worst goalies in the league. Blackwood had a 726 save. Sparks had a 750. 718 out of Mrazek, Halak. I mean, there was some guys down here that had bad save percentages in the 6s and the 6s, but I guess if you just have elite potential, that makes you elite. Let me see what these guys' potentials are. No AHL backup goalie. Other goalie AHL. Like, they're all 36s. They didn't even go up. Some guys went up. A couple of them. Like, he had French starter potential, whatever, but you got to keep that in mind. Guys will go up. Saros went up. He's younger as well. But a lot of these guys went nowhere, including Vasilevsky, who had a 6 goals against in the postseason and a absolutely stellar one in the regular season. That's crazy. That is crazy. How you get good goalies in NHL 19 is you get 36 overalls, I guess. Otherwise, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.